Hey guys, welcome back to Odrick Sports. I'm your host, Holden All, and today we're here with Mr. Alex Johnson with the Spearfish Mountain Biking Club. Mr. Johnson, thanks for joining us. And as
Thank
Callie
you.
helps us
And
out.
this is Callie.
Sorry about that. Callie, get down. So a lot to go over as far as the Spearfish Mountain Biking Club. What do you guys provide for the students and everything?
We get kids on bikes. We get them, off their cell phones, off those little mini dirt bikes that you see ripping around town, and we get them outdoors. And really the goal is to just show them how special where we live is and like how fun riding bikes with friends can be. Okay. So we create a community. It's totally free to kids. And even if they don't have a bike, helmet, whatever, we've got you. So we provide the transportation, the coaching, the organization of all of it. And that's from 3rd through 12th grade for every kid in Spearfish. And we've even had kids join us from like Sturgis Bell and Rapid City. So awesome. It's pretty cool to lead the way in that youth cycling area. So
awesome. So as far as you guys have been in business for 8-9 years, or you guys been around for 8-9 years?
Yeah, like I was telling you, it was just me riding with a couple kids after school, my neighbor kids, whoever I could tell was really into bikes. And then that group just got way too big. So we started the nonprofit Spearfish Mountain Bike Club like eight years ago.
Yeah.
And we've been getting stronger and stronger.
So as far as you guys' goal, I know you guys talked about keeping kids off cell phones and on the bikes. That's awesome. I feel like, especially with where we live, it's such a beautiful area, and there's so many, I feel like there's a lot of trails around here, but it's also just something you really want to take in and learn.
Oh, yeah.
And so in your experience, what, obviously you're in Spearfish, the Black Hills area. What's your guys' goal as far as kind of stretching it out to a statewide?
Well, I mean, we've been trying to be as inclusive as possible. If the kids can get to us, you're welcome to come ride. So we're definitely not like, Spearfish only type thing. We just want to get kids out and show them a lot of these things, like backpacking, rock climbing, mountain biking. You need somebody to be your catalyst for that.
Yep.
And we want to be that for kids. So we try to be inclusive, and then we're also trying to stretch our wings and start some competitive stuff here in South Dakota.
What goes into that competitive side of it?
That's a whole separate nonprofit. That was a whole separate set of documents of incorporation, which I'm not good at the busy work. I'm not good at the paperwork or the busy work. So thank goodness I found some solid people to help me on that. But now, instead of getting kids out on bikes, we're starting kind of that operational, event side of things. So, we'll work towards that with the club kids. Yep. We'll get them out, we'll get them riding, and then we'll have that nice shiny prize at the end. Like, hey, we're gonna make this legit. We're gonna have a race, and it's gonna be a great time. Okay. And so, I'm just getting my feet wet in that. I've never been a race director, and some race directors I've known have told me, hey, you don't have to do this. So I don't know really what I'm getting into. But I think it's going to be great. And, I think we can pull it off and do it well. So,
absolutely.
It's going to be, when we talk about that competitive side, we're going to start the South Dakota Youth Cycling League, and we're going to try and reach all of South Dakota. So
that's awesome. And obviously being in business or being around for the last 8 years, I feel like there's an impact you make. What's the kind of the interactions you have kind of experienced with the kids? Like, how much their lives have changed, how much you've been able to do for them in that amount of time.
I think it's been incredible. And I think it's been really special for like some of those youth that I've really connected with, but then also myself. If we backpedal, we've been doing the club thing for 8 years, but we've also had a competitive team for 5 that's traveled down to Colorado. And that's been leaving after school. Well, first of all, you got to get the training in. So that's practices, that's sweating together, that's riding hard.
Yep.
But then during season, in that Colorado youth cycling season, this isn't a school sport. So I'm getting off at 3:30. The kids just got done with school. We're hopping in this big 15-passenger van. We're driving through the night with our light bar ripping, and we get to these Airbnbs at like 11:30, midnight. One night we got locked out of our Airbnb.
Really?
And then we got to get up. We got to get up and start warming we got to get up at 6, warm up by 7. We're racing at 8.
Wow.
And so the connections of like just that wild ride this last 5 years has been so special. And our whole goal with that was like find some age appropriate competition. We had a good set of kids and they're racing grown men and women. And I just didn't think that was fair. And I wanted to I wanted them to prove it too. I was like, you guys think you're hot. Let's go find you some competition. So Montana and Colorado were closest. Chose Colorado. I know the state better. They were really welcoming as well. They were like, you don't have a league, get here and you'll race. And we've grown the numbers there. And I think everybody be pleased to know that we held our own too. So over the last 5 years, we were trying to prove 2 things. Could we hang? And was there interest? We've had a team of 17 for the last couple of years, which gets that gets hard because now we don't fit in the van. Yeah. And 3 out of those 5 years, we've been our region champions. So, you know, if you look at other, I don't know how you would compare that to other sports here in South Dakota, but they have to divvy up into regions because there's 2,000 kids in this league.
Okay.
So 4 regions, and we've taken home the gold 3 out of those 5, which is just like crazy to me. Now
that's awesome.
Now their state championship, those 4 regions meet. Yeah. And now you're seeing every team. That's so where we were the champion of the 8 teams in our division. Now we're going, 27 teams, and we've gotten our best yet is 4th. And it was like, we were so close to podium. That's like all the kids and I had dreamt of, it's like,
just getting to the podium.
Because we're on the podium in our region and we're running it and we're doing our thing, but like we wanted that big spot. Because if you're looking at cycling, there's some really incredible programs in Colorado. Yeah. There's some youth programs that have, had Tour de France stage winners. They've produced like Olympians, and I'm referring to Durango, Colorado right now. Yeah. And they were in our division. So like they sweep, they take the top spot, but us being up there was like,
that's awesome though.
That was a dream. So I think we're still capable of that. And that'll be coming this fall. We're going at it again. So
awesome.
We're going to see if we can get it done. The point in me saying that though, is just like how special those kids are. And then how far they've taken it. So we've had 2 collegiate cyclists come out of this program. Who knew?
That's awesome.
How would we, I would have never assumed that.
Yeah.
Like we were just,
I didn't even know that was
trying to go have fun.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing either. You know what I mean? I grew up in Sioux Falls. I didn't know, like I rode my bike to get to my friend's house. Yeah. But I didn't know it could get you a scholarship and like, on a world stage. Yeah. We have a girl right now, Heidi Hansen, shout out my girl. She's in Europe for like the 2nd time this year with Team USA. So there's there's like 30 some leagues in the nation, state leagues. Yeah. And then there's also like a national competition. There's like, they call it UCI. So there's national races, there's state races. So a lot of those top performers, those high level kids are kind of doing both of those. Okay. The league will get you noticed, your state league, but then if you're trying to go further, you got to hop into those national events. So wow. It's been a lot of surprises. I didn't know the kids would ever take it this far, and seeing them achieve what they have, and watching them flourish like with cycling, like that's still their passion. I might tear up. It's really cool. And my goal is always not to burn the kids out. So some might say, I'm not pushing them hard enough. We're not doing enough, training rides, this, that. But just if they're still riding their bike at the end of the day and having a good time, that's my goal.
That's awesome. So I feel like, gosh darn it, that's something that's, I don't want to say so lost these days, but if there's something that you can do to just get out, and especially enjoy kind of, not only the area that we have, but just be active. I feel like I feel like it's kind of lost in a way, on at least in my generation. Like, I don't know if you grew up in the generation where we could tell where our friends were by where their bike was. Yeah.
It's laying in the front yard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With that,
no Life's 360.
Yes, exactly. And so it's just so cool to kind of hear about how far you guys have came and kind of how you want and continue to serve the community of Spearfish. So what do you think is kind of the next step? And that's another thing is how can people join you guys?
Well, Spearfish Mountain Bike Club, like we said, it's totally free, and we'll get you out regardless, even if you don't have a bike. So our social media is our best, Facebook, Instagram, Spearfish Mountain Bike Club for that. You can hit us on our email too, spearfishmtbclub@gmail. And it's, it's dummy proof. It's so easy to sign up. I was talking with the kids the other day, like, this is where it's at. So, if you're a kid watching this right now, you better talk to your parents and get those liability waivers filled out. But the door's wide open. Come ride with us.
So what point are you guys at in your off season or in your season or?
So if you look at like the calendar year, the end of the school year, the beginning of the school year, you have a lot of excitement, and we move into summer, and that's Colorado Cycling League. Just like any other sport, you have dates, you have guidelines where you got to be inside. So our season starts off here in July. For that, we'll have a few practices prior, but the competitive team is a fall league. Okay. And then we just try to get the kids out as much as we can. We've got fat bikes. I don't know if you've seen those ripping around town.
Yeah.
To count on like a middle school kid to show up prepared to go and ride a fat bike in the snow when it's like crazy cold, you're definitely gambling. So we don't ride a lot in the winter, not as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I feel like plus, the winters out here in South Dakota aren't exactly forgiving. Let's put it that way.
It's either way too warm to ride or it's just way too cold to get kids out.
So coming up, what do we got for this summer?
Well, the start of the South Dakota Youth Cycling League is going to be with one event. So I'm not going to stop taking my kids to Colorado until we have a full race calendar here. I'm not going to let Heidi Hansen, Team USA, just go to one race and like call it good. I'm not going to do that to my kids. So we're going to do one race July 25th. It's Tatanka. Anybody in the cycling world in the hills knows that was Kevin Forster's baby, and he actually sadly just passed. So
I'm sorry.
We're gonna let that live on. And I think he would be super psyched about that. But July 25th, Fort Meade in Sturgis, and that's gonna be Strider age, so I don't even have pedals.
Oh, sweet!
But I'm still balling, and then all the way up to like 12th grade competitive, like XC cross country style racing. The course is wicked. The section we're gonna be at on Fort Meade is such a perfect spot for events. So one event this year, 3 for the next. If you're looking to sponsor or host an event, holler. And then the years following, I'm hoping for 5. So
awesome.
5 full race calendar. The kids will, you and I finish race 1. We're giving points for that. That'll stage us. We gain points throughout the year, and then take that to, whatever championship final bout we have. So
sweet.
It's going to be sweet. And I hope everybody pulls up. It's not just competitive. If you enjoy being on your bike, this day is going to be for you. It's, it's race ride fun. It's definitely something to get out for, and hopefully we see you there.
I know Alex mentioned it a little bit earlier in the episode, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to help everyone out. We will put in a link into the description if you're watching on YouTube, and then also we'll put the link down lower in Facebook so we can hopefully get some kids signed up. And man, it's an awesome goal you guys are doing, and I can tell you from just looking at it, you guys are making a great impact in Spearfish and everything. So
well, thank you. Yeah. If you're not following our socials yet, that's Spearfish MTB Club for Facebook, Instagram, and then we've got that South Dakota Youth Cycling right now for Facebook and Instagram as well. And we're super excited about this new adventure. If you're looking to get involved, hands-on or monetarily, obviously 2 nonprofits, both of those things are going to be more than welcome to us. And that's the only way we can get all this done. So thank you to the community. Thank you to the sponsors that we do have. Hoping to hear from some potential sponsors as well. But it's been a good time, and we gotta thank the city we live in too, because this place is pretty great.